Hey, people. And today we're going to be taking a look at my tier list for the all-class taunts in TF2, based on which ones tilt me the most. I am creating this tier list to set a new community guideline based on how angry you can get based on each taunt that is used after you are killed. If you do not get angry after one of these taunts are used after you are killed, then you are either a saint or just autistic. Now let's start with the taunt that has inspired this list, I should say, and that's Schadenfreude, or as I like to call it, the laugh taunt, or the asshat taunt, as people who usually use this taunt are tryhards, or just trying to enrage people, quote unquote, tilt them. That's going straight to S tier. That's the whole reason I want to create this list, was to put this one up here in S tier. There we go, that looks good. All right, don't ask me about my tier list creating skills, because I am not giving some website my Twitter profile to spam me emails. So yeah. So it turns out I haven't been recording this whole time, and I just well, I guess you didn't need to know that. I could have edited that out, but now we're on to the next taunt. Not in any particular order. I just wanted to create the list to put the laugh taunt at the top. So Burst Chester. So rate Burst Chester. Well, it, it it's a creative taunt, but does it tilt people? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to put that one in E. I mean, if someone taunted with that, I'd be more amazed that they're using that taunt rather than anything. But I mean, getting the chest burster to pop out, timing that properly when you from your death to when the chest burster pops out, that's impressive. I'd give a good job for that one. So let's see the next shit here. We have Conga. Am I blind? No, the Conga's right here. Okay, Conga. Well, it's one of my favorite taunts in the game, no doubt. But as for the tilt factor, if someone taunts Conga after they kill me, yeah, yes, that's I'd say that's pretty enraging. Not as much as the laugh taunt. It's not. I mean, the laugh taunt is directly specified to tilt people. It's someone laughing at them killing you. But yeah, the happiness and joyfulness of Conga is pretty tilt worthy, if you ask me. We'll put that one in A. Next, we have the director's vision. No. If I do, I even have to explain this one. It's a free taunt, one of the first in the game, not the first, one of the first, and it. Have you ever been taunted with this after a death for a kill screenshot? Because I sure fucking haven't. So yeah, that's F tier. No one uses it. It's not tilt worthy. If someone uses it, it's more like you're more amazed that someone is using that taunt, and you'd be more tilted at the fact that a scrub with the only free taunt in the game, all class free taunt in the game, I should say, you'd be more tilted that a scrub killed you rather than or Gibbous killed you rather than yeah. I'm moving on. Why am I explaining this? Flipping awesome. I don't think anyone has ever used flipping awesome after getting a kill. And if you have, you're a weirdo, and TF2 is the game for you. Um, yeah, I'm putting that one E. There's a, I don't see. It's more of a. It's not really meant as a taunt to taunt players after death. It's more of an interactive taunt. So yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's the same with chest burster or burst chester. Is a, well, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna move chest burster. It's not in the same category as flippin' awesome. So yeah, let's change that here. And now we got Yeti Punch. So Yeti Punch. Again, if someone was to use Yeti Punch after a kill, they just see a big cardboard cutout. It's not really tilt worthy. Um, it's not as low as being an interactive taunt that's not really meant to be used after a kill. So I'm going to put that in D as well. It's not really meant to be to tilt people. I wouldn't be tilted if I saw it. I'd just be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" There's way better taunts out there to use. Also, flipping awesome. I guess you could give people the finger, but it's not even the right finger. It's the index finger. It's not the middle finger. So I mean, uh, all right. So the next one we got high five, flying high five. That one. For the longest time, this was before the Schadenfreude. That was indeed the taunt to tilt people. Have you seen Spy's fucking smug face when he does the high five taunt? That can tilt the straightest of men, the straightest of angles. Wait, angles are already tilted. Just ignore me. We're going on to the next one. It is tilt worthy. I don't need to explain myself. Zoomin' on a broomin'. Again, using this taunt, I messed up there because I'm not using a proper program. Okay, so zoom in on the broomin'. You see, again, this one isn't really tilt worthy. I mean, if someone used it, I mean, yeah, I've got to put it in D. It's not really tilt worthy. If you use that to tilt people, you're just there's so many better taunts out there you could use to tilt people. So let's move on to Yeti Smash. So Yeti Smash here. I mean. I mean, you turn it into a big old Yeti. I mean, it's and you're pounding your chest, which is like the ape equivalent to like I don't know, the ape equivalent to like stroking your manhood, dominating someone. But it's like we're not apes. We're human beings. We evolved from God, not from fishies. uh, yeah, I'm trying to tilt people right now. Uh, so we're not animals. I'm not going to be intimidated by someone using the Yeti taunt. Of course, it was always cool riding the cart, but that wasn't in just doing the Toddy McBooter Bopper. But yeah, that's not really tilt worthy, I don't think. Victory Lap. This is one of my favorite taunts in the game, and I'd say this is definitely taunt worthy. I use it all the time to taunt. It's quickly deployed, and the Merc is smiling, so you have to deal with a Merc smirk, and it's quickly deployed, quickly put away, and you can use it after almost every kill. But it's not at the same level as like the Conga or the high five or the Schadenfreude. Freud, whatever. So Square Dance. This one's more humorous than anything. I want to put it in C. The only reason I would is if you. I got to put it in B, actually. I was going to put it down here in E because it's an interactive taunt that people don't use, but I've actually seen people use this taunt to tilt people or to try to get tilt people. The reason I say that is because the clapping, was it heavy claps? Like the Merc is happy, you just killed someone, and the only reason why it'd be lower is because if you see, well, even then, Demo Man, he's sitting there drunk, not even like conscious, but standing there taunting. He just stands there and like mumbles. He goes, ugh, right? So I'd have to say this is a B taunt because the Merc is smirking, they're happy, and you're dead. So this could possibly tilt someone. So let's go to Skullcracker. This one would definitely be no one's ever used it to taunt someone after a kill. If you have, you bought the taunt, you're a 12-year-old, and you used your mom's credit card to buy it, and there's nothing else to it's the only taunt you have. I don't know why you'd get Skullcracker. You could have got fucking Conga of all things. But let's move on. So the second rate sorcery, probably my least favorite, not least favorite, least enjoyable taunt in the game. I don't know why Valve added this. I don't know why anyone created this. I don't know if it was community made. It's a bad taunt. And just for that, I'm putting an F. If you get tilted from second-rate sorcery, I'm sorry, you're just. I mean, it could be a tilt factor for the fact that someone with this taunt is taunting you, but it's just such an ugly, pugly taunt. It's ugh, I can't stand it. It has nothing to do with tilting. I'm just putting it down here because I don't like it. No one should ever use it. No one should ever buy it. The unusuals for it are the cheapest of all, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a trader. If I'm tilting you right now, good, bitch. Uh, Shredder alert. Now, despite me having over 100 hours in Brutal Legends, I actually don't have this taunt, but I think it's between S or A tier because if someone used Shredder alert, like they're flexing on you. That's a flex. They're they just shredded your body and now they're shredding this guitar and then you have to stare at it in the kill cam. But is it on the same level as Laugh and High Five? So the High Five's really only up there because of nostalgia. It was the tilt taunt of the for like 5 years or something while it was out. It was probably more like 3, but you know what? I'm gonna put it down in A. You don't see it that often. People usually do this taunt. At least I've seen after capping point or after victory they use it. And this is the same with Conga. Conga could be, but it's not really used for flexing the same way as this one, as a Shredder alert. Like, say you just capped mid on Ioduct, Product, or whatever the fuck you're playing, and you can use it. It's a decently quick taunt, a little longer than normal, but I mean, they're gonna hear it. They know you're taunting because you capped it. It doesn't have to be a kill, so I mean, it makes it special. But you can also use it after a kill. I'm kind of tempted to put it in S tier. I don't know. You tell me in the comment sections if you think Shredder Alert should be higher, because I. All right, so what do we have now? Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, that. I'm putting it down here with the interactive taunts. Again, it's not as bad as these, but based on tilt factor. But yeah, rock, paper. Like, that's not insulting. It's an interactive taunt used to be friendly more than anything. Like, this one can be used to be friendly, but I've seen it used to tilt people. This one can be used as friendly, but it's definitely tilted people in the past, especially pyro. You ever have being a soldier main, having a pyro reflect a critical rocket or crocket right back into your face, and then doing this taunt? That's fucking like cringeworthy beyond all. And if the pyro's a furry, that's even worse. But I don't need to explain myself. So here we go. My favorite taunts in the game. This should be pretty obvious where these are going because manrobics. So think about it. I have nothing to say. So manrobics. Again, it's in the same realm as Conga. You taunt, you're happy. Everything I need to say about manrobics goes on to tilt. It goes from Conga. It's a little longer because it has to play through an animation cycle, so it's a little longer than Conga taunt, but it gets the same effect. It's the mark being happy that you're dead. Again, it can be used just like the ones down here in E tier to start a friendly uprising on a server, but mainly this one can be used to definitely tilt players. This isn't, and by the way, this isn't like comp or pub or community server restricted, because I know you can't use like half of these taunts in competitive. Like, you can use the laugh taunt, you can't use the high five taunt, but honestly, if you're taunting in competitive, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage, especially if I don't know. It's a bad idea to taunt competitive. If you can get away with it, congratulations. But I wouldn't. I have more respect for people who play competitive to taunt them and try to tilt them out of the game. So the Mike Wazowski kick. that one's going in S tier. The reason for it, it's a fast taunt, and it's one of the rare taunts in the game that can actually tilt your teammates. What I mean by that is not only is it quick, so it's done within a half a second. The merc is happy. They shout out very loudly when you start the taunt, but it's just the perfect like laugh taunt. It varies how long the laugh is. The high five taunt, it's fast, but it's just a pose. This one is a pose. They're moving, they're dancing, they're making noise. I mean, you can say that for the other ones, but maybe Conga, but Conga can't tilt your teammates. And what I mean by that, like, almost none of these other ones can tilt your teammates. Maybe Shredder Alert, but I was already debating putting that down a tier, and as well as up a tier. But like, I was debating between 3 tiers for Shredder Alert. For kick, it just has too much going for it. So what I mean by it tilts your teammates is if it's Halloween mode, and this has happened to me, is if it's Halloween mode and you got the engineer Flyboy costume set, and you do the Mike Wazowski kick constantly, like G1, G taunt, kick, the engineer screams, press G again, he stops, press G again, he screams. He's screaming with a high-pitched bug noise. And that's the only time I've seen a teammate, or a team, get tilted because I was screaming as an engineer fly. And honestly, this one should be above S tier, but I'm too lazy to make another tier. But it's definitely up, deserves to be an S tier. Like high five, it was an S tier. It might be a little lower now on other people's lists, but I don't know. Well, there you go. That's my list. If you want to argue about me, if you want to argue with my list about me, I said that wrong again. If you want to argue about my list with me, fucking language dyslexia, not reading dyslexia, talking dyslexia. Let's mix it. That tree is big. That big is tree. Yeah. Okay. If you want to argue, comment sections. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to talk shit, talk shit. I don't care. I'm not trying to be a famous YouTuber. I'm not trying to be a good YouTuber, as you can see. I'm just trying to make stuff that I think people would be interested in. So like and subscribe if you like the kind of shit post I create. I'm not very consistent. People have wanted me to make things in the past, and I still haven't gotten around to them. So I'm sorry about that. The only thing I didn't. There's been plenty of TF2 tier lists. I have not seen one for tilt factors and taunts, and I wasn't about to do every fucking class taunt because that's fucking horseshit. So this is a good generalization. For every class can use these. Every class can get tilted by these. With an exception, obviously. But yeah. So if you liked my video, I'm gonna shut up now. Get fucked.